William Hutchison, Armenia, Colombia Realty for Expats, coming at you from paradise in Armenia, Colombia. Video today I want to do is about things that are happening here to gringos that are getting very expensive. And if you take only one thing from this video, if you're coming to Colombia, trust no one. And some of the people that have the most authority or the most public profile are the worst. I don't care if you use my name either. Trust no one. Now, I want you to stick around till the end. I've got a bit of a humorous story to tell you. It happened to me personally. And it's just the way the culture is here. So hopefully it helps you understand. What I want to talk to you about today is I'm getting probably a call a month about people getting gringoed for decent sums of money. I had one fella call me about 6 months ago, and because he trusted the lawyer who acted also for the seller, he's trying to sell his place now, and he's stuck with $7,500 as a capital gains tax that the seller should have paid when he bought the property. And there's nothing he can do about it. He said to me, "Bill, can you help me?" I said, "Petro can't help you. You signed the documents. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to pay if you sell your place." Happens all the time because people coming here trust others and don't know the system. They don't. It's impossible to know what's going on, and it's a different culture. But back to the story. I have a client here that I suggested a few times that he use Maria, and he decided to go with the people in Medellin that he believed the girl he was dealing with was a lawyer. And by the way, you don't need to have a lawyer here to get a visa. In fact, I've done a lot of them myself, and so have others. But he was dealing with this girl in Medellin, and here they'll give you a visa up to the point that your health insurance policy expires. He wanted a visa for a year. His health insurance policy was expiring in 4 months. So the girl, who was not a lawyer, she was dealing through a lawyer in Bogota, she was in Medellin, suggested to my client that he take another health insurance policy. The cost was $999 US, so that he would get a visa for a year. So he sent her the money. They've already charged him at least twice what Maria would charge, our visa lawyer. And he got the visa shortly after, and the visa was for 4 months. So he phoned them, and he said, "Why is my visa for 4 months? I paid you $999 to extend my health insurance policy so that I got a visa for a year. What's going on?" "Oh," she said, we forgot to send it in. We forgot to get the policy before we applied with immigration to get your visa." Well, he said, "Okay, that's well and good. Send me my money back, please." She said, "We can't. We don't have the money. We'll have to pay you monthly." So this is the kind of thing that you can get involved in. I'm very high on Maria. She's responsible. She has the North American attitude. She's very, very efficient. I had another client, just as an aside, who from an island in the Caribbean, and I put him in touch with Maria, gave him the contacts, and he called her and had to leave a message, and called me back in a couple of days and said, "Bill, I called Maria. She hasn't got back to me." I said, "Well, leave it with me." So I called her, and she was closing an apartment building, not a condo, a whole building, in Medellin. She's from Manizales, so 6-7 hours on the car. My suggestion to her was, when you have clients like this, just get in touch with them and say you'll get back to them in a couple of days. But anyway, my client, she called my client. They set up a time. She called, as she usually does, right on the money. 10 o'clock with her is 10 o'clock. It's not the 11:30 that many Colombians don't have any concept of time. So anyway, she called him. They got everything together. She sent him the proposal, the cost, and so on. And after all that was done, he called me shortly after. And he said to me, Bill, I've never dealt with a lawyer like that. He said, she's top notch. I really, really like dealing with her. Now, I get the odd written comment, about the job she's done for client. But he said, I've dealt with a lot of lawyers, and she's absolutely the best lawyer I've ever dealt with. Moral of the story, this fella is a retired lawyer. So that comment that he made to me just reinforces my opinion of her. You can use whoever you want. That's entirely up to you. I've assembled a good team of English-speaking people. I have confidence and faith in all of them. They won't gringo you. They'll be honest with you. They'll be transparent. They're ethical. We've vetted them all. And that's the sort of people that I want. Now, personal story, just to explain the culture here. I was driving home about 3 weeks ago. And in order to get home a little more quickly, I have to make a U-turn. So I made a U-turn and I drove about 100 meters. And now there's a transito, that's the transit authority, kind of diagonal across my car, wanting me to pull over. So I had made the U-turn and we talked about it. They wanted the documentation and so on. So after talking for maybe 10 minutes, he said, I wasn't far away. He asked me where I lived. Well, let's go down there, he said. So we went down there. I talked to the security guard. He speaks English fairly well, the one that was on duty that day. And I find out that the ticket for the U-turn is 300,000 pesos, $75. So I offered the transito officer 50,000 pesos, $12, and he accepted, and I didn't get a ticket. So that's just the way things are. I know you can do it sometimes, but that's the first time that I paid out of pocket, and you here can do it often, okay? Just another little cultural thing that you have to be aware of. Have a great day. William Hutchison, Armenia, Colombia, Realty for Expats. I live in paradise, and you can too.